I want to talk about clearing attachments with awareness. When I first started training in clairvoyance in 1989-90, I did a 6-month course. And the people I trained with had trained at the Psychic Institute in Seattle. And they had been doing energy work for a long, long time. I learned a lot of lessons about them, not some very easy ones, but ones that I would never forget about working with different energies and how you work with them. And the one thing that you don't want to really do is fear-based. You don't want to run fear with them. You don't want to match energies. You don't want to get into judgments with them. What you want to do in this whole talk, hopefully, is to bring awareness and not fear for people who have never seen entity energies that do healing work and that stuff. But what you need to do is to have awareness that yes, there are energies out there. Yes, they can be attached to the body. They can control you. They can make you very ill. And releasing them sometimes can be very difficult. And there's many different levels. Because we are in polarity of light and dark, there are many different vibrations of energies. Right? There's lots of good help, and there's lots of interesting challenges of the dark. So my theory is that you don't walk across the street without looking where you're going. So we are in, a physical reality that you need to be aware of what you're doing. When I was training and started to open up in the intuitive, I would see people come in and they would have an attachment on their shoulder. And you have a little fear. You go, what is that? And so then I watched how it would grow. And then my instructor said, well, if you give it fear, it has more power than you. And I would watch this thing grow on the shoulder, and it kind of looked like a dragon. So then we started working light towards it, and it just would go like this. Your fear was like giving it a helium balloon energy within it. So your fear creates it and gives it power. And sometimes I will do the visual actually, and I like this for a grounding when I'm teaching too, is just take your hands and your energy out. Your hands out. Feel your energy, but slowly move it like you're putting a dome around you. And just bring that down. You'll actually feel yourself coming spiritually down into your body more. Even in the quality of healing work you do, Harold and I were talking about that too, is what makes one healer different from another healer. Perhaps it's just your faith. How strong is your faith that it's actually, when I do that, it's done. Spirit has done it. I think that there's a big degree of, there's so many different types of work out there, but clearing entities and energies for health is like a major concern. I've been using some of Slim's tools and stuff, and people are really liking those too, because of the harmony, and been using them actually in dentist office, because people go in there and have their teeth pulled, and when you walk in there, the energy is like, especially denture office where everybody's had all their teeth taken out, and now they're going to have this piece of plastic put in their mouth, and the density of the energy, but the dentists seem to be really open. I've done a couple of places with the rings, not Chinese symbol stuff hanging from, the traditional stuff, but energy rings to create and hold the energies and work with the divas of the place. They can really feel the difference. I did an art shop, so they can really feel how clean the energy is in there. So, you show them the dowsing rods, you do the feng shui, you do some soul contract stuff. So it's just this combination of stuff, but it's all healing that you can bring together to give people more choices. But there are a lot of other energies that are very, very, very disruptive. One of the things that we found in Robert's workshop is that, and he became aware of through this other psychic, saying that the person he was working on had spiritual parasites. And I think I read somewhere, and I would probably think they would be called psychic vampires. But anyway, there's 3 different places that they've been working on the body. Apparently, he said fibromyalgia, all the nerve endings through the body came back. One that Spirit had told me about was, the 3rd one was sexual organs to here. Of course, those are your power centers. And from here up. Okay? And I really know that mentally, energy, lower vibrations can block you. So that's what they can do. They can block you mentally. They can block you from hearing. So they didn't want me to have that information. So, like I say, there's many different types of energies, and we need to be reading and bringing awareness, stay neutral, because when I found out about them, I was going, what? So right away I said, okay, I'll give you guys up there, but things are going to change now. Okay, so again.
How do you let them go? Like, how do you give them a pink slip?
How I give them a pink slip? I just tune in and, you know, just say, okay. What I ask for now is I have an overseer who organizes all my work, because I'd go to a library and I get 3 books, you know, or I get information. I've got 3 things happening one time. So what now I'm saying is, okay, you guys are giving me information, but you're overloading me too quick. You know, so I need somebody to oversee my spiritual committee who's going to bring me stuff in an organized fashion. And I'm going to be able to take it in, and I'm actually going to be able to teach it through the 5, or John was saying 6 senses that we have. So I can take it out that people on any level can understand it. And I've had experiences with energies when I was 18 living in a house. And, you know, I talked to somebody else before we left, and it was definitely a haunted house. But when I had an experience there and heard a voice talking to me, it didn't give me any fear. I have no idea. But it just had no fear. And I've talked to other people. Lots of people had experiences. They just don't talk about it because they think people are going to, you know, say, well, you're nuts. But almost everybody has had some kind of different state of consciousness with stuff going on. And kids are really, really open to seeing energies. It's so great to work with. Now you can do a meditation. I mean, energy doesn't have to be difficult. You know, like when Harold talks about how simple something can be. See the world. Just see the world. Even if you have to get a picture of it or something, you know, for people like, you know, for you to get the feel of that. Place your hands around it like a ball. You know, create, you know, that love, passion, energy from your heart. And send that energy. I like to actually send it to all those that are willing to accept it. And see the energy vibrating through all the layers.